Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're driving into ACS settings, Advanced Control System. Those little tweaks that can make a big difference in how your car or truck handles in second life. Whether you're a complete beginner or just want to fine-tune your ride, I'll try to guide you through the essentials without drowning you in technical jargon. Now, ACS, or Advanced Control System, is the scripting framework that powers a lot of vehicles in second life. It controls steering, brakes, gravity, and more, giving creators and drivers the ability to customize their experience. Now, some of these vehicles that you'll find that have the ACS system, and not all vehicles will have that, but the majority of cars and trucks probably will, and motorcycles too, will come with a custom HUD or the default ACS HUD, and it's not required to use that HUD for driving, but everything can be done through the menu itself, the car's menu itself. But if your vehicle does come with a HUD, it can make things more convenient, from honking the horn to toggling your lights or seeing your general speed. HUDs allow you to interact with your vehicle without bringing up the main menu. Now let's open the hood and get going here. I'm basically going to be talking about bringing up the HUD, or bringing up the menu. And that's a menu you'll generally see within limits. There'll be some differences depending on which version of the control system you have and what things the creator added into the car. And once you get down into this, you want to go to your options menu, and then you can go to controls, and you can see all the various controls you can adjust, from gears to reverse, how the brakes react, how the skid, and banking, and turbo, and steering, and gravity. It can be a little bit overwhelming. But let's first look up the key settings you'll want to focus on for road cars and trucks. Now, steering. This is all about smooth turns, starting with plus or minus on the setting. The higher values mean sharper turns. But for narrow streets, narrow roads, you want to keep it moderate. And there are other settings that I'll show you in a bit. Resist and valve mult that can help fine-tune how your car feels. Let's open up the steering menu. Now here's where you would plus or minus the steering. Don't worry about some of the other things you see. And you can increase or decrease the tension in the steering. Now let's go to the More button option. And you'll see the valve mult I mentioned and other stuff, resist and drift, whatever. But like I said, resist and valve mult can help fine-tune how your car feels at different speeds. Now brakes. It's pretty simple. This brake plus or minus adjusts how fast you stop. And decay lets you control how quickly the car slows when you release the throttle. Balance here is key for smooth city driving. Now gravity and downforce. Gravity adds stability, while downforce keeps your car planted, especially at higher speeds. These settings are great for minimalizing gliding. Now let's talk about what you can skip. For most road cars, settings like banking, turbo, and wheelie options aren't really necessary. They are more for motorcycles or high-performance vehicles. so there's no need to tinker with these unless you're experimenting. And also, if you're using the basic ACS HUD, not a customized HUD, some of the options may not work for you as expected. And that's okay. Not all features are intended for every type of vehicle, and sometimes creators leave buttons in the HUD or the menus that aren't functional. Don't stress too much about those. Focus on the features you know will work. Now, what about the speedometer? Speaking of it, one thing to notice is the speedometer might not always be perfectly accurate. It depends on how the vehicle scripts interact with the HUD's calculation. For example, physics settings, the other settings we made, region performance, and the way the creator customizes a vehicle can affect what shows up as the actual speed. Treat the speedometer as a guide rather than a precision instrument. One of the best things about the ACS system is its versatility. Whether you're driving casually through town, riding on a track, or pulling off drifts, each driving style benefits from different settings. Let's break it down. Now, for everyday street driving, smooth handling is your priority. Focus on moderate, steer, and for easy turns, and balance brakes with just enough gravity to stay stable on the narrow, uneven roads. Keep your turbo low or turn it off completely for controlled speeds. Now, when it comes to speed or racing, stability and responsiveness are key. Raise your turbo for quicker acceleration and adjust the valve mult under the steering to maintain steering control at higher speeds. Increase gravity and downforce to keep your car grounded, and fine-tune decay for smoother but efficient braking. Now, drifting is all about controlling slides. Now, if we want to talk about sliding, we're talking about the skid. By increasing the skid power and skid time for longer drifts, and if you lower the resist in the steering menu and turn it up the drift to help your car transition smoothly into a skid. Use moderate turbo for enough power to carry your drift. Each style requires a bit of experimentation, but that's part of the fun. Whether you're cruising, racing, or drifting, the ACS system gives you the tool to make your vehicle truly yours. Once you've adjusted the core settings for your car, you can take it out for a spin and test it out. Try street driving for the smoothness, speed driving for excitement, and drifting for flair. The more you experiment, the better your car will feel. There you have it. These are the basics. A quick and easy guide to ACS settings for road, cars, and trucks. if you can ignore some of the things that don't relate to cars themselves, like things designed for motorcycles, you don't have to worry about trying to figure out what does what, whatever. So, it's just part of the game. And when we talk about gears, you're really talking about the setting in gears, how what you put in there really is an average. And it doesn't relate to your speed. If you put in a 5 under gear 1, that doesn't mean it's 5 miles per hour. That depends on a lot of variables and other settings. It's just a reference. You can start off at 5, start off at 10 to go to gear 2, and so on. Or you could do some other things. Like here, in this example, gear 1 is set at 15. Gear 2, 35. Gear 3, 45, and so on. Not all cars will have all these gears, and you can add new ones and remove them. Just remember that they are not the actual speed you're going to be going at. In the ACS system, the gear numbers, like 10 or 20, etc., don't directly correspond to the speed in mph. Instead, they represent the vehicle power or torque applied to the vehicle in each gear. Higher numbers typically mean the vehicle can achieve greater speeds in that gear, but the actual speed depends on other factors, like the vehicle's physics settings, gravity, and steering adjustments. And that's really it. For road cars and city cars, and if you want to experiment and play with those settings, you can. But if you ever wondered why you buy a car, you like the car, you get it out on the road, and it's jerking left or right too quickly for you, and you don't know how to adjust that, this is a simple way to adjust only what you need to adjust and what each little thing needs to mean. In any case, take care. I'll see you again at another time.